Hi everybody, Creativekady, Karen Birchall here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a craft storage solution video, and what I'm trying to organize today is the felt applicators for my distress inks. Up until recently, all I had in the way of distress inks were some minis, and I bought the case and I stored the applicators underneath the minis. They fit perfectly in there. They don't fall out. They're always there when I need them, and I love that. That worked well for me. One of the things I did for record keeping, I'm just noticing right now, if you see on there, it says number 2, some have number 4. That's just the set that they came from, and that's just more for record keeping for me to know which, if I'm ordering more, that I know that I've ordered that one already. So this worked really well, but then when I started buying some of the distress oxides, I thought, okay, how am I going to store the applicators? And I just got a cardboard out and I used some Velcro from the dollar store and I put that on there, and that worked fairly well. I just kind of stored this in the same container as the distress oxides and the other distress inks, but as you can see, you get this marking over here, and already I've had several times that this has just fallen off. The glue has given up. It wasn't perfect. Then when I was with one of my group here in Victoria, the Mixed Media Mayhem group, one of the fellow members, Christine, had brought her distress inks to one of our get-togethers, our create dates, and she had a great storage solution, and I am going to share that with you. But this, is not my original idea, but it is an idea that's worthwhile getting the news out, because I think other people, you might be looking for the same kind of solution. Now what she had her felt applicators in, or sponge applicators, were in these screw stack canisters. They're for craft and bead storage. Now this I got at the dollar store. It's the Craft Medley brand, and I will put a link if I find this on Amazon. I'm not sure, I haven't gone and looked yet. Now they attach, so you get a set of 6 of them for $1.50, and that's Canadian. So, and they screw apart. There's only one lid that goes on the very, very tippy top, and then they just screw together so you can have them like that. So I thought that was great. Now, what I did note is that if you take the lid off, you can take 2 sets of these and put it so that you have all 12 together. And just put the lid somewhere else. You can go into your stamping drawer, and you would have all 12 of them in a handy dandy place. So what I'm going to do is just set this up and show you how it looks, but it is quite nice. So what I have here are my felt applicators, and what I went and I did is I just with a black pen, I wrote down the names. Now this is an Avery sheet, and the number is 05667. Now it is kind of the transparent sticker, and I thought that would work well. So what I'm going to, so I just wrote the names of that on there, and I'm just going to put this on here. Now I put an O under the name if it's an oxide, most of mine are oxides, but I do have a couple of the others, and so if I do end up with some combinations or repeats of the same color, but one's an oxide and one's not. So I'm just going to line these up, and this is, it fits pretty perfect. So I'm going to finish that, and then I will come back. And you can see the name. Okay, so I have them all labeled, and now I lined them up, but as soon as you start unscrewing them, they may or may not be lined up, as you can see. So I'm not too worried about that. So what I'm going to do is just take these. Now, I thought about, is there a better way of doing it? And I'm thinking if I put it right side down, then if you take the applicator, so you have the Velcro piece or felt piece right there, the foam is underneath, and you just press there, and you don't have to touch it with your fingers. So it just is going to go the colored side down. So we're just going to abandon coral. Fired brick. Now, I bought the distress inks, and for card making, I think they really are, you know, so great. But I don't do a whole lot of card making, and I found I didn't use them. But what I am realizing right now is that I'm using them a lot in my Happy Planner. And I have a whole series, Happy Planner Meets Mixed Media, where I show you ways of using your mixed media stash and techniques to create some really original and lovely planner spreads. So you don't have to buy all those pre-packaged planner stuff. Wilted violet, upside down. Dusty Concord. Oops. And walnut stain. I can't get that. So these bottom three I took from this other set. So right now I only have 9 of them. So I will keep this all together like this. And they're all there. It's kind of clear. I can see, you can even see the colors here. Now what I like about this is I can decide to say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna, if I buy a lot more, I'm going to put, I'm gonna arrange them by, with all the blues and the, you know, the greens and doing it that way. I'm gonna put those together. And you can rearrange them however you wish. So we have the greens and blues and purples, the brown, and then the warm tones down below. And as you can see, you can really see the color. So if you want to label them, you can. You can label them on the bottom if that's what you prefer. This, you know, every time you screw and unscrew it, it's not going to necessarily fit, right? You can see right now, I was so careful to line them up, and I guess it really didn't matter. But so for, you know, $3, I have enough to do 12 of them. I love how easy it is, you know, to grab them and do them in the project. Then they plop back into the container. So it's a little bit better, more streamlined than this. So, you know, like most storage solutions, I'm graduating. So if you've got some oxide felts or applicators from another different ink thing that you want, consider these screw stack canisters for storing your applicators. Thanks for watching, and thanks again, Christine. It's a great idea that deserves to be out there.